Today I want to take a look at adding custom columns to Modern SharePoint List. Here we're looking at a Modern SharePoint list called Expense Report with a few summary details, the total amount, the purpose of the trip, the start and end date. Well, what if you wanted to send users to a custom form to drill into this item? A custom form that might need a URL parameter with the ID number, which we have right here. One of the great features of a modern list is that we can add our own columns and use JSON formatting. So what we're going to do is take a look at some JSON code and how we can use that to add our own columns. Here is a view JSON link, and the goal is to open in a new tab a custom page. Now that might be a Power App where it's bringing in the ID number. It might be an Angular single page application, or it could be some other location where you want to feed the ID number in. And one of the things we're trying to do is to format our own custom column, but send the users to a custom destination. And there's a few different options we have. You can do background colors, you can do icons, and there's all sorts of things here for formatting. So if you want to dress it up and give it a background color with some contrast, maybe provide an icon, custom text, a lot of reasons here just from the user experience and training perspective that might be compelling to go above and beyond the standard list. So back to the main view, we're going to add a column for single line of text. We're going to name it View Form. And under the More Options, look at a few different things. Column validations, formulas there, required contains info, use a calculated value. All right, we'll go ahead and save that created view form. And now we can say format this column. So after creating the column, we can go into formatting. And when you do that, it kind of gives you a wizard with a couple different things. We're going to go straight into advanced mode. This is where we can put down JSON code. And really what we're doing is we're expressing HTML, but in a JSON kind of way. If you read the JSON structures for how Microsoft does the modern column formatting, right? You have these elements in here. A is an HTML element. Span is an HTML element. Span is another HTML element. So what we have throughout is actually HTML with CSS formatting between it. And that's kind of the strategy is we're expressing a template with JSON, but the underlying technology, HTML and CSS. So anything you can invent that is HTML based with CSS for formatting, there is a way to put in here. Now putting in all of that JSON code, now we see some snazzy buttons coming up on the screen here. Snazzy buttons. And these are a lot more visually compelling than the Microsoft out of the box, and they can redirect anywhere. So any page you like, and then feed in the ID parameter. And that parameter is row specific. So each one of these buttons is going to have a different destination. Pretty cool stuff. Next, if we wanted to look at doing attachments for a given item, we can leverage the same technique where we're doing like an ID parameter for maybe a form that views all of the different data and related inputs. But maybe we want to do something where we're uploading attachments, right? And for that one, we're going to do the same thing. We add another text field. We go down into columns and format this column. So same general strategy, right? Same strategy. We'll go into advanced mode, pick out a different grouping of JSON, paste that in, go ahead and save. So now we have another column, and this one has a different icon, right? And it goes to a different destination. But in that, we'll go ahead and save and close out the panel. Click on Attach Files. And what we're doing here is we're navigating to a custom link that represents a folder in a library. So one of the things about list item attachments is they're kind of obscure and hard to get at. They're buried in a menu. You got to click 3 pop-ups. They're not the most obvious thing. Well, a high contrast button with an icon This is much easier to use, right? And we want that ease of use. We want the user experience. We want training. And so here, if you wanted to attach a file to this item, might be a little easier than some of the list item attachment methods. We click the link, it opens up a new tab, and it takes us straight into a folder. And what can we do here? We can upload multiple, we can drag and drop. We have this more, rich user experience. There's also the ability to apply metadata tags, right? That maybe you're attaching files that will need their own tagging. And how that works out, we can tag however we'd like to. And then for finding the attachments, we have these high contrast buttons. They're popping open to a new tab that helps people manage their queue. So you might be kind of working a queue of different items and you want to pop into the attachments, pop into the form, and having that new tab can really provide some efficiency. So I wanted to make a quick video, share the JSON code with you guys. I think that the modern list, adding a JSON column, can help out users with a better experience, and it only takes a few minutes to set up. Thanks for watching.